Ambe Steels, J Bancha, Diko Bancha. Real, Jamghar Jaha, Real Party Pack Tyaha.
Proud to be associated with Kantipur News.
Good afternoon, I am Aprila Ghising Lama, and these are the headlines of the hour. India's Operation Sindhu rescues 4 Nepalese from Iran crisis as 57 more return home after trafficking ordeal in India. Victims reveal torture and deception. Government plans to set up separate department to tackle drug abuse. IGP Deepak Thapa reports escalating drug abuse in Kathmandu Valley. Nuclear talks between US and Iranian officials set to begin next week. US President Donald Trump demands Iran abandon nuclear ambitions in ongoing negotiations. Palmeiras becomes the 5th Brazilian club to qualify for the knockout stage of the ongoing FIFA Club World Cup. Borussia Dortmund defeats Ulsan HD to secure the knockout spot. Welcome back. 4 more Nepali nationals have been rescued from Iran. The rescue was carried out on Wednesday under Operation Sindhu, launched by the Government of India. A total of 296 individuals were rescued in this phase, including the 4 Nepalese. Among the rescued Nepali nationals are Gayatri Thapa and Utsav Thapa, among others. They expressed their gratitude to the Government of India for assisting in their evacuation following the deteriorating situation in Iran. Under Operation Sindhu, India has so far rescued a total of 3,154 Indian nationals from Iran. Now, a total of 57 Nepali citizens who had been held captive in Rudrapur and Kashipur in Uttarakhand, India, have been rescued by the organization Why India and brought back to Nepal via the Gadachauki border point. Upon reaching the Gadachauki checkpoint, the victims chanted slogans in support of their rescuers and against the gang that had deceived and held them hostage. They had been lured with promises of attractive jobs only to be taken to India, locked in rooms and subjected to torture. At the Gadachauki border, they were welcomed by Kanchanpur's Chief District Officer Laxman Dhakal and Sudur Paschim Province Police Chief DIG Dambar Bahadur Bishwakarma.
लगावले उहाँको प्रयासले नेपालबाट हाम्रो सामु उपस्थित हुनुहुन्छ र तपाईहरुले फेरि यहाँको परिवारसँग मिलन गराउने काम गराउने त्यो हामी चाहन्छौँ।
Visibly shaken and exhausted after their rescue, they shared the pain they had endured.
काम भनेको भएको छैन। अब 18,000 स्टार्टिङमा मिल्छ अनि 16 वर्षभन्दा माथिकोलाई लगाउँछ भनेर भन्यो। अनि त्यसपछि म त्यहाँ गएँ अनि त्यहाँ गएर क्लास लिनुपर्ने रहेछ पहिला अनि क्लास लिए 23,000 रुपैयाँ भरे मैले 23,000 रुपैयाँ पनि घर धितो राखेर नै भनेको अब त्यही भएर अनि अब लास्टमा त यस्तो रहेछ भन्ने कुरा अब
The rescue was made possible through coordination and support from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nepal, the Ministry of External Affairs of India, the Nepali Embassy and the KIN India.
हाम्रो जब न्यूजहरु आयो के साथीहरुले हामी 2018 बाट हामी यो कुराहरुमा परेका थियौं हामी पनि त्यो ठाउँमा 2018 मा पुगेर फर्किएको भनेर मेसेजहरु गर्नु भएको छ तर वीरेन्द्र साईले कहिले देखि सुरु गरेको भन्ने कुरा अहिले हामीले बताउन सक्ने अवस्था छैन। वीरेन्द्र साई भन्ने उसको नागरिकता डोटी जिल्लाबाट बनेको छ।
Among the 57 rescued individuals, 10 were from Chitwan, 9 from Kailali, 5 from Sunsari, and 4 each from Udaipur, Teratom, and Panchthar. 3 people each were from Dang, Siangza, and Baki. 2 each were from Taplajung, Doti, and Thading, while 1 person each was rescued from Sarlahi, Kaski, Rukum, Baglung, Ilam, and Rupandehi. All rescued Nepali citizens have been safely returned to their respective home districts. Now, the government is set to establish a separate department to control drug abuse. At a program held in Kathmandu today, Home Minister Ramesh Lekhak announced that the government will establish a dedicated department under the Ministry of Home Affairs in the upcoming fiscal year to control drug abuse. He stated that among the prisoners across the country, the second highest number are those involved in drug abuse and trafficking. Inspector General of Nepal Police Deepak Thapa said that the problem of drug abuse is increasing in the Kathmandu Valley. He emphasized the need for awareness programs at all levels as part of the campaign against drug abuse. Now, Prime Minister KP Oli is set to leave for a formal visit to the European country of Spain this coming Saturday. During his visit, Prime Minister Oli will also participate in the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development, which will be held from June 30 to July 3rd. During the trip, he is scheduled to hold bilateral talks with his Spanish counterpart. And on that occasion, important agreements related to cooperation and the expansion of relations will be signed. The Prime Minister will also interact with the Nepali community residing in Spain, as well as with Spanish industrialists and business leaders. Moving on, a former Prime Minister and chairperson of the CPN Unified Socialist, Madhav Kumar Nepal, was released last night after posting bail of 3.5 million Nepali rupees in connection with the Patanjali land case as ordered by the special court. The bench of judges Tejnarayan Singh Rai, Ram Bahadur Thapa and Bidur Koirala issued the order for release on bail, following which Nepal was freed the same night. The court has summoned him again on the 29th of July.
तारिखमा राख्नु, उल्लेखित माग गरिएको धरौटी रकम वा बैंक जमानत दिन नसके विशेष अदालत नियमावली 2080 को नियम 30 को उपनियम 2 बमोजिम निज प्रतिवादीलाई थुनुवा पुर्जी दिई थुनामा राख्न सम्बन्धित कारागार कार्यालयमा पठाइदिनु।
In its order, the court mentioned that whether the decisions made by the then cabinet fall under the category of purely policy decisions will be determined during the final verdict of the case. A detention hearing took place yesterday at the special court involving former Prime Minister Nepal and others. During the statement, he claimed that the decision to grant land ceiling exemption for the Patanjali land purchase was a policy-level decision. In a testimony that lasted nearly 4 hours, he maintained that he had not committed any wrongdoing. The government attorneys defended the charges filed by the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority, CIAA. This marks the first time since 1990 that a former Prime Minister has appeared in court to give a statement in a corruption case. Over 100 legal professionals expressed their desire to represent Nepal. As the courtroom could not accommodate all of them, arrangements were made to broadcast the proceedings in the court premises using microphones. Senior advocates including Harihar Dahal, Govinda Bandi, Sambhu Thapa and Gopal Krishna Gimiri argued in Nepal's defense. The defense team had requested the court to release him on a general date without bail. Nepal's legal team argued that an individual who contributed to the 1990 People's Movement, the achievement of republicanism, and the nation at large should not be placed in custody or asked for bail. They also claimed the case was politically motivated and asserted that the CIAA could not charge the decision as illegal if it falls under the realm of policy, which the law does not define as corruption. Nepal, who became Prime Minister in 2009, is accused of illegally allowing the sale of land that had been granted to Patanjali Yogpeeth, an Ayurvedic company Nepal, under a land ceiling exemption for industrial purposes. The CIAA filed the case on 5th of June early, charging 93 individuals, including former ministers Dambar Shrestha, then Chief Secretary Madhav Gimiri, then Land Reform Secretary Chabiraj Pant, and the head of Patanjali Nepal, Saligram Singh. The CIAA has demanded recovery of 185.85 million Nepali rupees from Madhav Kumar Nepal, a fine of the same amount and imprisonment ranging from 10 to 14 years. Now, moving on, as unemployment continues to rise, frustration among citizens has been growing. In response, the Jwalamukhi Rural Municipality of Dhading has introduced the Mission Employment policy aimed at creating job opportunities. During the 15th Assembly of the Rural Municipality, Chairperson Yamanath Danai presented the policies and programs for the upcoming fiscal year, stating that the focus would be on prompting employment and entrepreneurship. He also announced plans to develop a mission employment and job strategy to generate employment for youth.
गाउँपालिकाले यस वर्ष दिगो रोजगारी सिर्जना तथा प्रबन्धनलाई उच्च प्राथमिकता राखेर मिशन रोजगारी, दिगो रोजगारी र उद्यमशीलता प्रबन्धन अभियान सञ्चालन गरिनेछ।
Under the Mission Employment Initiative, the rural municipality has outlined plans to identify potential areas for job creation, promote entrepreneurship, utilize the skills of youth returning from foreign employment, and develop skill development programs aligned with labor market demands. Now it is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's today's question: why have important bills in Parliament been stalled by the government? Your options are A. Ploy of interest groups, B. Interference over legislative works, C. Trying to do better, or D. No comment. Visit www.kantipurtv.com or www.ekantipur.com to share your opinion with us. Welcome back. In the flood-prone Rapti riverbank areas of Bake, impoverished communities have long been suffering from waterborne diseases such as diarrhea, cholera, scabies, and other skin-related infections. Due to weak economic conditions, many residents are unable to afford treatment at large hospitals in Nepalganj, putting their lives at risk. To address this issue, the Duduwa Rural Municipality has begun establishing a 5-bed community-based basic hospital to provide free medical treatment to affected residents. We have a report.
Ramfiran Gupta, a resident of Betahani, a riverside settlement in Bake's Rapti floodplain, says his village has never been spared from floods during the monsoon. He also adds that they have never escaped outbreaks of diarrhea and cholera. Most people live in huts, and frequent flooding brings infectious diseases that often go untreated in time, endangering lives, according to locals.
जब बाढ़ बरखा होता है, पानी लागत है, तो उमा एकदम हैया जैसे झाड़ा पखाला लग जाते है आदमी का, और जोरों बुखार यही सब लग जाते हैं.
Flooding from the Duduwa, Gandhaili and Sutaya streams, along with the Rapti river, submerges most of Duduwa rural municipality. Especially in the eastern village of Chofaira, surrounded by rivers on 3 sides, residents struggle even to survive during disasters. Even if they manage to stay safe, the lack of clean drinking water during floods causes widespread illness. They are also unable to travel to market areas for treatment. For such affected populations, Duduwa rural municipality has announced plans to operate a 5-bed hospital in Betahani within the flood-prone area even before the monsoon arrives.
Betahani ma हामीले लगभग 5 बेडको हस्पिटल भनेछौं अनि 5 बेडको हस्पिटल लगभग सबै त्यसमा पूर्वाधारहरू लगभग तयार भइसकेको अवस्था छ.
One of the 2 floors of the hospital building has already been completed. Equipment for a diagnostic laboratory is being installed rapidly. The medicine procurement process is in its final phase and an X-ray machine has also been set up. Wards for admitting patients have been completed and the recruitment of medical personnel has already begun.
फार्मासिस्ट र केही मेडिकल अफिसरहरुको अभाव छ. त्यो छिट्टै नै हामी यो आर्थिक वर्ष भित्रै चाहिँ माग गरेर सूचना जारी गरेर र औषधिहरुको पनि टेन्डर गरेर अनि बीमासँग आबद्ध गर्ने औषधि फार्मेसीलाई अनि एमओबाट चाहिँ सञ्चालन गर्ने लक्ष्य लिएका छौं.
This community-based basic hospital is being built at a cost of around 30 million rupees. It will be operated under the leadership of a medical officer and will offer free treatment to senior citizens.
यदि सञ्चालनमा आयो भने यहाँका जनताहरुले चाहिँ निकै पनि पक्कै पनि चाहिँ तपाईको चाहिँ तुलनात्मक रूपमा पहिला भन्दा चाहिँ राम्रो सुविधा पाउँछन्.
During the flood emergencies, women in labor often cannot travel to Nepalganj for delivery. Health workers are therefore demanding that the hospital provide maternity care services to protect the lives of mothers and newborns.
जटिलता भएको बेला नमानेको अवस्थामा पनि अब बिरामी सँगसँगै हामी नै जानुपर्ने हुन्छ. गएर भेरीमा भर्ना सर्न गरेर आउनुपर्ने अवस्था छ. अब यहाँ भएको भए धेरै बेस्ट.
दक्ष जनशक्ति चाहियो, त्यति नै हो.
Located near the Indian border, this hospital in Duduwa Rural Municipality's Riverside region is expected to reduce the need for residents of flood-affected areas to cross the border in search of treatment. A report by J. Pandey for Kantipur News from Betahani, Rapti River area.
That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.